What's up, co-reporters, and welcome back to my channel. Ryan Edwards, the disgraced teen mom next chapter dad, really seriously is going off the rails yet again, and I am shocked and disgusted at the fact that he still is allowed to roam free and out of jail. Mind you, he is on probation despite having broken his probation several times, and now most recently, according to the Ashley's Reality Roundup, shout out to the Ashley, by the way. I will leave a link to her website so you can read this article for yourself, because it is nothing short of just disturbing and shocking, you guys. It really is. As a woman, I am disgusted and disturbed that he is allowed to carry on like this consistently and that there is no real protection for Mackenzie or their children. And that truly is 1000% unacceptable. And I really do feel like the judge overlooking this case needs to be taken off the case and investigated, because this is sick, you guys. Ryan has already done so much damage. I flashed the photo up a little bit earlier, but let's take a look. Remember, you guys, this is the state in which Ryan Edwards left the family home after Mackenzie announced that she was going to be divorcing him. He destroyed everything. That is the fridge broken and on the floor there with all sorts of psychotic ramblings. The table has psychotic ramblings. The walls, the floors are littered with her clothes, the house decorations, the children's toys, everything was destroyed, you guys. And the fact that he was even able to roam free after that is disgusting to me. He threatened Mackenzie as well. And he was charged with these things, but of course, he didn't serve any real jail time. And now he is out free yet again. And it's just, I can't.
Here we go again.
There was a time he was actually supposed to spend the holidays in jail, but his judge bestie, or maybe his judge boyfriend, I don't know, let him out to celebrate Christmas and New Year's, and now look, terrorize Mackenzie and their children. So once again, this is coming out of the Ashley's Reality Roundup, and they're saying that Mackenzie Standifer called the police on January 31st, just days after degenerate Ryan was freed from jail, right, where he's supposed to be. He got back up to nonsense. And so she had to call the police after a terrifying encounter with Ryan Edwards, where he allegedly threatened her. And he said that he was going to come back to that house looking for weapons. And you know what the whole thing is? This fool decided that around 8:30 p.m., he wanted to go back to that home that he initially destroyed, to go looking for some cheap computer cable that he can go find off Amazon, he can go get at Best Buy or whatever these electronic stores are called. He could have done that. This doesn't cost much money, I imagine. It probably doesn't cost more than $10 or $12, $12.99 maybe. But he wanted to go back to this house that he destroyed, that he's not allowed to be at, with an active restraining order against him. He let Mackenzie know, and then he let the cops know that he's going to be there. And so the cops did escort him to that home. And that is where he went looking for this cable. Of course, he couldn't find this cable. And so he told the cops, well, you know what? I'm going to come back another day and look for it again. Dude, just go buy a new one. Go buy a freaking new one. You're making money. MTV is paying you to be a horror on that show. So go put that money to use and go buy yourself a little cheap cable. If you don't want to buy it brand new, go buy it used. It'll cost you even less. There's no reason for him to be going to this home looking for something so inconsequential, and something so cheap. Now, when he was at that house, nothing went down because there was a police officer on standby. And Ryan knows that he is on thin ice right now, right? He is out free when he shouldn't be out free. And so he decided to be on his best behavior. But after he left the residence, this is what the police report is saying per the Ashley's Reality Roundup. And this is a direct quote. Shortly after Ryan and I left the residence, Mackenzie called back in advising Ryan had texted her threatening messages. Mackenzie advised that Ryan sent her a message saying, "You're going to be hard pressed to find another place to live and no one is going to survive anything." So there you have it. That disgraceful judge's, prized criminal is out here threatening not only Mackenzie in text message, he is also threatening his children. When he said no one is going to survive, who lives in that home with Mackenzie, you guys? The children live in that home with Mackenzie. If this report is 1000% accurate, Ryan said, no one is going to survive anything. So I don't believe, because it sounds so stupid, I don't believe that Ryan went to that home looking to find a stupid cable. He went to that home to intimidate Mackenzie and to deliver that message. He went to intimidate her. He went to disturb her peace. And he wanted to let it be clear, listen, I can come in here. I can. And I will. And, by the way, I do wonder what state that home is in, because he really destroyed it. Look at the walls. Everything was pulled out and torn up. How was it restored? How much did it cost? And who had to pay for it are my next questions here, because it's just disturbing and I'm shocked. So Ryan is pissed that after he destroyed this home, he wanted it unlivable. Well, guess what? She's living in it. And she's living with his kids in it. And apparently Ryan doesn't like that. And so Ryan wants to put a stop to that, not only for Mackenzie, but for the kids as well. He didn't say you're not going to survive. He said nobody is going to survive, meaning multiple people. If that judge does not throw the book at him and give him the maximum at this point, he really needs to be I know lawyers get disbarred, but what do judges get? Disrobed? He needs to be whatever. Because it's just not possible. This is disturbing. I think that the entire community needs to stand up at this point. I was going to say especially the women, but I think that men also need to stand up. Like, these issues affecting women should be something that they stand up for as well, right? They need to do something in this community. There's no reason for a judge that allows someone who behaves this way continuously to walk free, roam free. There's no reason for a judge who allows people like this on the streets to be serving the community. This judge does not, in my opinion, care about the community. When you leave terrors like this to do these sorts of things, you, in my opinion, are complicit and also on some level responsible for these actions. Honestly, I really hope that Mackenzie seeks counsel to sue this judge and to sue this courtroom, because there's no reason for Ryan to be out in the open. There really, truly is no reason. He has had way too many chances. He has broken his probation way too many times. He has threatened her way too many times. He has harassed her way too many times for this to be acceptable. Mackenzie, girl, I am telling you, sue the pants off this judge. This is crazy to me. It really, really is. So according to the police report, Mackenzie also relayed the message that Ryan gave her, which is that he wanted to come back the next day to, quote, retrieve his weapons, though Mackenzie hasn't left any of his weapons in this home. She has only got her own day-to-day pistol that she carries for safety from Ryan, which good for her. And she also stated that she was going to bring the pistol with her to work in case Ryan comes to the house, which is smart, not to let him have access to that. And so, of course, she is scared that Ryan can harm her. How is someone like Ryan even allowed to be within any kind of feet or range or any kind of distance of weapons? There really should be no access for people like him. Honestly, I am disturbed by this story and I am angered by this story. Enough is enough, dude. It seriously is. Like, this guy has already shown that he doesn't care about his children. You don't destroy your home on this level if you give a crap about your children. And now you've got an alleged text message in which he allegedly threatens his own children as well as Mackenzie. I am telling you, like, my blood is boiling for her. I know that the Teen Mom universe doesn't like Mackenzie, and it's understandable given the way she came into the show and completely disregarded all of Macy's warnings and feelings and then tried to flip Ryan's family against her. I get it. And then, of course, she married him knowing that he was an addict who was high. At this wedding, the man was high out of his mind, and she knew that, yet she still married him. So I get it, but still, this is unacceptable. All of that aside, all of us as women should be highly pissed off that someone can be allowed to continuously harass and threaten a woman and her children and be allowed to roam free time and time again. They put him on probation, where typically on a probation, anything you do wrong, anything you do to break it should land you in jail, serving your full sentence, right? Even one time that you break these rules. Ryan has broken these rules several times, and time again, he gets freed. That's a problem whether you like Mackenzie or not. It really is. Wow. Honestly, I'm out of words. I'm speechless when it comes to this story. I don't know what else to say because I'm disgusted and I'm scared, not only for Mackenzie, but for these kids, because this is escalating. There's no reason for this to be happening. Isn't Ryan supposedly supposed to be happy and fulfilled with his new druggy girlfriend? Like, leave Mackenzie alone. Why are you threatening her? What has she done to you at this point? Ryan needs to be ashamed of himself. The judge needs to be ashamed of himself. His parents need to be ashamed of themselves as well. I'm sorry, y'all. What is this? Seriously, what is this? Let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.